Hi everyone! If you've ever watched my stream, and by the way I have a link to my stream in the description, you might have noticed these two buttons whenever I'm playing on my emo druid. And you might be wondering what they do, and whenever I click my spirits button, I switch weapons and increase my spirits by 48. Now it looks like it's actually increasing for, I think it's 55 right now, but the reason for that is because I have Spirit of Sandalar, so just looking at the stats, we're gonna get 16 plus 12 plus 20, which happens to be 48. I'm not that good at math, I knew that that would be 48 from before, but anyway. The good thing about this is that these are weapons, and as you probably know, you can switch weapons while in combat, so for example, if I am healing and I'm going and I'm not gonna go now, but and I need to use a innervate, I can just click 2 to switch and increase my spirit by 48 and then innervate myself. And this will allow me to get a total of 300 more mana from my innervate, and that might not sound huge, however, it's still a fair bit, and considering how strong my go-to heals are, I am playing rejuvenation healing with primarily rank 3 and rank 4. For example, rank 3 costs 75 mana and heals for 158, so if we get our calculator out, 158 times 4, that's 632. We can divide that by 75, meaning we get 8.42 healing per mana, and multiply that by 300, and finding out that I'll have, I'll get another 2,500 healing out if I let my regeneration tick with these weapons equipped instead. And that's not nothing, especially in dungeons, 2,500 extra healing, that could really make a difference. But it's not only when I'm using Innervate that it's interesting to have these weapons, If I'm just finishing up a pack here and we're moving on to the next pack here, just having these weapons equipped while I'm running is gonna get me maybe 3 or 4 ticks with just a little bit more mana. And now imagine that you do this every chance you get when you're in a dungeon or in a raid, and suddenly those few seconds that you're saving, they start to add up. And maybe if you can do let's say, a 45 minutes dungeon in 43 minutes, because you don't have to take as many mana breaks, and then imagine that you're gonna be doing this for the rest of WoW Classic, suddenly it doesn't seem so small anymore. So the weapons that I'm using for this, and this is the second best spirit weapon combination in the game for the rest of the game. There is only one better weapon when it comes to this, and that is the Will of Arlok from Arlok in Sulgurbrub, which has a 4.1% drop rate. And if I were to use this weapon instead, well, it would look a lot better, and I would get another 7 spirits, supposing I had the 20 spirit enchants. However, these two weapons are insanely easy and cheap to come across. We're actually gonna look at how expensive they are on the auction house right now. So here we are on my bank alt, conveniently placed right by the auction house. We're firstly gonna look at the offhand, the Tankarus Tide Sip whatever, and switch that one. And there we have them. As you can see, 5 gold for the... And that is, like I said, that is the offhand with the most spirits in the game. You maybe not believe that, but that is actually the case. At least looking at the current available content, that is the case. It's such a weird weapon. It's so quirky, minus 15 agility, probably because you get drunk and then you can't move like a cat anymore. You move like, I don't know, a brick. And that drink effect, which is just... It wouldn't be so bad if it didn't have such a long cooldown, If it would have been 2 minutes cooldown, then yes, this would be great, but, saving you maybe 1 drink every 10 minutes, and, maybe it's gonna add up in the end. It's not gonna be too bad considering this lasts forever. But the thing we're really after is these 16 spirits, and I'm also glad to find at least a single usage for this piece of junk. As for the main hand, we're gonna look at maces, one-handed. And the good thing about this main hand, the Bloodstone Hammer, I don't know how to pronounce it, probably like that, is that as far as I know, all healing classes can use one-handed maces. meaning this combination of weapons will be available to all healing classes. I think paladins also can use one-handed maces. I'm not too sure there. Now, as you can see, it's just a random 56 main hand. It doesn't really make sense when you just look at it, but it's actually the main hand with the most spirit that I've been able to find. It might be possible if you find like let's say that this would be a Blesswind Hammer of Spirits, and it would be like level 58, maybe it would have like 14 spirits. But this is still the best one, especially when you take how easily you can obtain it. So you just pay, let's say 16 gold, and then you have the second best spirit weapon combination in the game, and it takes you 20 seconds to get that. Now, as for the plus 20 spirit, that enchant actually costs a little bit. I think I paid maybe 80 gold for it. But like I said, this is something that you can use to save just a few seconds here, just a few seconds there, and get some extra mana for the rest of Classic WoW. So it's the way you should really view this is that you pay 100 gold, or maybe less, or maybe a little bit more, for something that you're gonna be using for maybe, 18 months every day if you play every day. So when you take that into consideration, suddenly 100 gold isn't too much. Like if you were to buy major mana potions with 100 gold, you would probably get a stack, maybe 25 of them, and those would be gone in 2 or 3 weeks. Now compare that to having something for, quick math, for a bit more than 70 weeks, supposing that Classic WoW will be around for another 18 months, and it's probably gonna be around for longer. But anyway, this is a little something that you can use to just, it's a small quality of life improvement, I would say. The best thing about it is probably how damn easy it is to obtain, and I've been using it for quite a while on this druid. But anyway, this was what I wanted to show you in this video. I hope you found this little neat trick helpful. Like if you enjoyed this, and subscribe for videos that are gonna be maybe a bit bigger than how you can get a slightly increase on your mana. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you later. Bye bye.